fan of the Hauraki Big Show podcast? Make sure you check out more from Jase, Mike and Keyzie on their Instagram at Hauraki Big Show, or tune in to them 4 to 7 every weekday on Radio Hauraki. Thanks, mate.
Jesus, you guys sound great.
Thanks, mate. Sort of clear the phlegm away there, Keyzie.
I've actually got to make myself a recipe of sinus wash. Sinus wash. No. But I ran out of the stuff that they make you buy at the chemist, and all it is sea salt.
Yes, that makes sense.
Baking powder.
Right.
Not iodized salt. Stings, Keyzie.
I make this concoction for erectile dysfunction.
Oh, yeah.
Which is...
pornography.
Yes.
Few beers and a hangover.
Apple cider vinegar.
Oh, yeah. You love that, don't you?
Baking soda. Yeah, I do. I genuinely have a little nip of apple cider vinegar every day. I've actually, since I've started doing that, things have been going better for me.
Really?
Life-wise?
Yeah. Well, no. Physically.
Because I sort of
Mind you, I was in a very low ebb physically anyway, so that's no biggie.
I don't know if I don't notice anything, because my wife likes trying these things out.
Yes.
You know, you got to have
erectile dysfunction stuff.
Well, for example, sure.
Yeah.
But she has there's a stuff called Good Green Stuff, which is sort of a powder of, you know, all this bullshit.
Spirulina and stuff.
Yeah, like all of this stuff in there. God knows how much it costs. It's not cheap.
Yes.
You put a scoop of, and I've been taking it every day for God knows, and I don't feel any different.
Yeah.
And you take your fish oil and you take your vitamin D. The only thing that's truly worked for me is my activated charcoal.
Oh, your
with
farting
your wind,
stuff.
with your
farting pills.
Yeah, with your flatulence.
But outside of that, I don't notice any real difference.
Yeah.
At all. And
when I'm talking apple cider vinegar, I'm talking good quality stuff.
You
good
know,
organic.
Yeah.
And I actually used to do it a little while back, and tomato paste.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
tomato paste. Yeah. Is this sort of I had the word there. An external. Is it a lotion?
No.
Is it a lotion, or is it to be imbibed?
Imbibed.
Okay,
yeah,
so you don't rub tomato paste all up and down your shaft and over your bullets.
Oh no, that's not for my erectile dysfunction.
Oh.
That's just for general well-being.
Oh.
Mind you, I haven't done that for a while. Having said that,
what are the cheese balls for?
I looked at
those are for rubbing on his downstairs.
I looked at the tube of tomato paste
I bet it's off.
in our fridge today,
That's
and
expired.
went, I should get back to that.
Oh,
I didn't.
No.
Got distracted.
Do you know how
by
it's
other
tube,
stuff.
is it?
That shit goes off straight away.
You know that. You
I
get
know the tube.
Yeah.
It's like
No, it
toothpaste.
doesn't.
I
Yes, it
often go
does.
through
No,
the fridge and clear out all the.
Yeah.
Tubes.
That's sort of my everything that's off by years.
Same here, and I tell you what else I do, which really gets deep inside my goat.
Yeah.
Leftovers.
Dude.
Fuck me with leftovers.
Honestly, we're going to make this a part of the big poll.
Yes.
Up the fucking wall with it. The fridge fills up with it.
Yes.
Fills up till there's no Tupperware containers left for old Mogi.
Yes.
Look at old Keyzie over here.
Yeah.
And it just fills up and nobody ever eats it.
Thank you.
And then I start going through it going, what was all this food? I didn't know this food was here. We need a fucking leftover shelf because there's just containers of shit in there. I've got no idea. And then I empty it out every week.
Same.
And then it's repeat. Whereas I think if my wife actually emptied them out, we would start to see some real change because I just empty it out and shut up about it and get on with it, you see.
How do you not know there are leftovers, though? That's the part.
Because I'm not the one putting them in there because I'm not home for dinner.
And in fact, it's actually, and what I've discovered, Mogi, and this is, I'm cutting it off at the source now.
Right. Cooking less.
Well, no, so that when my wife says, should we keep this? I go, no.
Oh,
and she'll go, but we might eat it. And I go, no.
Yeah, we won't.
We won't eat it.
And I feel really bad about it because there are people starving.
Exactly, same.
But I don't see the point of just creating dishes.
Seriously, I cleaned out my fridge the other day, and there would have been 5 containers of leftover food.
Oh, handy.
Just eat
and
it.
Absolute standing.
Well,
eat it for lunch. I don't
the
understand.
problem is, Keyzie, it's been in there for 2 weeks.
Okay, what you need is a little whiteboard on the fridge
and
that
I
says
fucking
leftovers.
hate leftovers.
Why?
No, I don't mind a leftover.
I don't either, but generally they're
I
not
like a
things
leftover.
I eat.
And often the things I'll find in there, I'll be like, fish. There's fucking fish in here. Like,
And who's
I would
put
have
that in
loved
there?
to have been eating fish.
Yeah.
but I didn't know about it. Well, the missus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you, I mean,
Who's the missus, though? Who are you talking about?
Yeah, but
The missus.
I'll tell you why, Keyzie, because you're a bit of a garbage gut. Yeah, I mean, and I say that with affection.
Well, no, you don't.
I say
there
that
probably
with affection,
isn't any
Keyzie.
leftovers is what you
Yeah,
mean.
yeah. A, if there is leftovers, well, good luck. And B, Keyzie
Every
in the
day.
morning feeling a bit
Everything
dusty.
you eat is a
Jase.
bag of
goes-
cheese balls.
No, that's
goes-
Jase.
He goes,
Every day, Jase.
there's those leftovers there. I'll hoe into those.
Every night. It's just me and my wife.
My
Yes. My wife!
Every night we cook a meal for 4 people. And there's just 2 of us.
Oh, no, see, I love that.
And then so literally every lunch, every weekday is leftovers for me.
Do you know what I think also, and I like that, we used to do that all the time. I think what throws a spanner in the works is you've got a kid. So you have the kid.
Yes.
We've got the kid now.
My kid?
Full time.
No, it doesn't
And
work,
you
sorry.
make food for them and she refuses to eat it. But you don't want it to die, the kid. So you continue to make things. So then by the time they get to something they'll eat, you've made 3 meals.
Right.
You don't want to chuck it out. You put it in the Tupperware containers.
Yes. Well, but
You think, oh, she'll eat that tomorrow.
Yeah, but she doesn't.
She won't.
Yeah.
She won't.
But what I also find too is just dumb shit like mashed potatoes. I mean,
Eat them.
I don't
understand the issue.
I forget about it, but
What's
But
B?
Let's get to the B part because this feels like the truth.
B, I don't want to eat it.
Very relevant point.
You know what I mean?
We had mashed potatoes for the first time in a very long time because often you're doing all these food fucking bags.
Bags
They don't,
and
have, they don't have
boxes.
mashed potato in them.
No.
Wow.
Good old fashioned mashed
Good-
potato.
Yeah, but salty, peppery, buttery
Beautiful.
mash.
But we
yeah.
had some of that and the missus put that in a Tupperware container. And if I remember correctly, it was left out on the bench, so I knew it was there. And so the next day, I made Bubble and Squeak.
Yum.
Right, yeah.
Bucking beautiful it was.
So
Bucking
good.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to say that on air?
Bucking.
Bucking beautiful.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie. The Hauraki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, for me, things like salads, and I'm
Jase, what do you have for lunch?
I'm specifically talking about, your leafy greens
Yeah,
here,
sure.
Mogi.
What do you
know,
have
I
for
go,
lunch?
The next day?
Yeah, look, I don't, but I don't know.
All you do is
second
come in
day-
here and say how hungry you
A
are.
second day salad, I'm just like,
I don't mind it. I think fridges are going to get to the point now because you can do your shopping list on them and shit. They've got screens on them, for God's sake. Not mine,
Nah, neither.
but they do. Where you open it and it says, what do you want? And you tell it. You go, I'm just looking for a snack. And it goes, well, we've got this leftover shit here.
I can heat
From
that up for
yesterday.
you.
And that would be really good. I'd find that really useful.
I'm just trying to think
we
of
should
the,
make that. Write that down, Keyzie. That's going to make us a
A
myth.
fridge
I think-
that makes you
I'm just trying to
That
think
tells
of
you
what
what's in
I
it.
what I do leftover wise. You know what I mean?
do.
What I will eat in terms of leftovers.
Willie.
Curries.
Oh, yeah, I had one of those today.
Curries.
Good
I'll do
curry.
curries.
Jace.
So as long as somebody else has cooked it, you'll eat it.
Jace.
And I can understand this, Jase, because you're always
Well,
bagging on about
Jase,
what your missus
There-
makes, and
there's
it's no
also
good.
the
So
who's
why
cooked
would
it
you want a second
factor.
chance
Yes,
at it? Yeah.
What we do is now, whenever we cook a main, right, Monday to Friday, we say, what will this be like the next day? And that affects what we have for dinner.
Where do you say that?
In our weekly meeting, relationship meeting.
Yeah, good.
So we say, what will this be like for leftovers? If it's not going to be very good or it's kind of a lot of admin, we won't make it. We'll have it on the weekend instead.
Oh, yeah.
And so every night we have like curry once or twice a week.
What do you mean?
Real easy
admin?
reheat stuff.
If it's really admin.
Well, let's say you had steak and salad and all this sort of yummy shit that you have to.
We had butterflied lamb last night.
Perfect. Make a Sammy mint jelly.
Massively
No, he smashed it all.
disappointing.
Oh, was it?
I
Yeah.
have cooked it.
Yeah.
It's no good, mate.
And
Who cooked it?
And my wife.
Oh,
My
but
wife.
My wife. But fair cop.
But you would have been full on cheese balls by the time
Fair-
you got to it.
fair cop to her. She didn't do a bad job. It was just tough. And,
Was
and
it?
I was gutted
But you had your cheese
because
balls
I was
there.
really looking forward to it.
Why don't you turn that lamb into a beautiful lamb sandwich the next day? Pepper and
Because
salt.
it was
Well-
not beautiful to begin with, although a leftover lamb in that regard might
Beautiful.
be better.
Cut it up smaller.
My wife is what she's decided to do it, and I approve of this.
Oh, you approve.
She's going to cook it as a curry in the slow cooker.
Oh, I like that.
Great.
You see, that's fine.
That's good.
I can do that.
Yeah, that the next day is amazing.
But you
But
know, I tell you what we do keep a lot of roast veggies,
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like, I'm not fucking heating up roast veggies
Oh,
again.
I just thought of something.
can't be
Well, I'll tell you
arsed.
what, I do that.
Portion control needs to be better.
Yeah, you need to make less.
Well,
Why
Is
are
that
you
what's
making a
going on?
shitload of roast veggies if there's just 2 or 3 of you?
well,
Yeah, got you there.
yeah.
Well, you do the food bag though, don't you?
No, not anymore.
Ah, right.
We've-
Well, there you
we've-
go. Well,
we've
you just got to
ditched
cut that down.
Yeah.
Because my
Have a word to your missus about
partner went through a stage of accidentally. Our portions were really wrong early doors,
it. Right.
and so we'd always have heaps of leftover like rice and shit.
You like?
Oh, yeah, a
my
lot of
God.
rice, yeah.
My wife
My wife.
My wife.
made some rice. Some spaghetti the other day.
Oh, it's so hard to get right.
But I don't know how she got it this wrong. It was a pot full of spaghetti, and I wasn't eating it.
Yeah.
And it was just like, what the fuck are we going to do with this?
Mogi.
It was so much.
True story, this, mate. It's the same in my household, to the point now where my wife, if she's cooking pasta, gets me to portion it out.
Right.
Because she goes, I just never know how
But it
much
tells
I'm
you on
cooking.
the packet.
Yeah, it does. And that's the other thing that fills up our fridge.
Rice.
Is rice and leftover pasta, because she's cooked an enormous
Yeah.
amount and doesn't want to chuck it away.
You know what you need? Chickens. You got a big property.
No,
Get
no,
some
you need to
chickens.
get your portions right. You
Well,
were
you
right
need to do
You
that.
were right before, but
Definitely do
that
that.
is true. And then they say, like some of the cooking instructions can be like 50 grams, but they mean 50 grams cooked, but they'll do 50 grams raw, which means the rice is just a fucking mountain
shitloads
of
of
shit,
it.
you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
But yeah, it's quite interesting to see that pot. I will never forget it.
and on the rice front, though, you know what we, in terms of recycling, my wife often makes a fried rice the next day with the leftover rice, which I must say is very good.
You like that?
Yeah, I like that.
you like that, do you?
Now, the roast veggies that you were talking about earlier, every week I make about 5 days worth of roast potatoes. And then each day, because pretty much I'll have the same thing for lunch or dinner or something, I just refry them up,
Yeah.
the potatoes. Good eating, man.
Yeah, no,
Easy,
they are.
good carbs,
Look, if I'm doing
quality.
a big Sunday breakfast, I could do that.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
All
it's your kumaras, your carrots.
Well, I'm not eating that shit
your
anyway.
Shit, you know, and
Kumara.
it's beetroot.
Yum.
Excuse
I love
me.
beetroot. Kumara, yes or no?
Yes.
No.
Definitely yes. Pumpkin.
Yeah, no.
Bit of red onion.
Love my kumara.
My wife. So no.
wife!
No. We're gonna make a rule about only doing that once. She started to cook whole cloves, bulbs of garlic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good. That's good.
Yeah,
That's good eating.
Good eating.
That's good, mate.
Hey, we should probably wrap this up. By the
Yeah,
way.
good
God,
on
this
you.
has been a passionate
Your
discussion.
Hauraki Big Show Keyzie word of the day is
Yeah, sure.
Leftovers.
Yeah.
Good shit. Send them all in over the weekend, all 5 with your cell phone. We can call you with a bloody prize and stuff in it. Backbones
Okay.
and stuff.
That's good.
Follow
Am I
us
going
all.
to have a pie now?
Yeah. Follow us all on Instagram. See ya.
Thanks, mate.